Oh my god.
What's up?
Episode 1! I'm so excited about it. Hey guys, how you doing? My name is Emma.
I'm Lindsay.
And this is our new podcast called The Pink Flag Pod.
Pink Flags.
The Pink Flag
This
Podcast.
is our first date with you all. We're kind of nervous.
First date, so fucking nervous, dude.
We have started consuming some adult beverages.
Yes.
Emma, what's your go-to for adult beverages?
I think, so I love a tequila moment.
You like tequila?
Tequila is my girl.
What are you
we
drinking
have
tonight?
Actually, so I'm just drinking a red blend, red wine.
Love that.
But tequila and I have like a mutual respect and a mutual understanding that we just like, I don't know, we get each other. And honestly, like, she's like, hey, if you just don't drink too much of me, you're gonna have the best fucking night ever. And you're gonna make sure that everyone around you has the best fucking night ever. And I'm so thankful for her. I do be feeling like shit the next day, I'm not gonna lie.
Also
but
like
she keeps me awake. She keeps me lively.
I like a good tequila moment. I like my toxic drink. So if I'm getting toxic, I'm gonna do a vodka Red Bull moment.
Okay. Why vodka?
I like vodka. I just feel like that's one of those that like makes me feel loose, makes me feel fun. Tequila,
it is the neutral spirit. It is a neutral spirit.
Tequila so and too much. That whole like tequila makes her clothes come off.
A little zoom in moment.
It's accurate for me, and I'm not proud of that, but I have many a story.
Yeah.
Even for me in recent weekends on drinking vodka and why it should not happen.
I used to be a big vodka drinker in college, and then
tequila. I drink tequila and my clothes come off. Vodka, they stay on. Rum, I want to fight people.
You want to fight people? Dude, me on rum. So I used to, in college, when I turned 21, you know how the most famous drink when you turn 21 is a Malibu pineapple?
Oh, no. I did Cosmopolitan. I watched too much Sex in the City. I watched a lot of Sex in the City.
Okay, Miss Fancy over here. Dude, I've never had a Cosmo in my life.
They hated me at the
I've made a lot of Cosmos, but I've never
They hated me at the bars in downtown Tallahassee because I would go in ordering a Cosmo, and they'd be like, are you kidding me?
With well vodka?
No, I wanted top shelf.
Dude, no. I'll be at the bar. I'm like, give me that well, though. Give me that well. Give me that well, the cranberry, that lime juice.
I'm not trying to make my head hurt tomorrow. And when I was at 21, I took the hangovers on the chin. Now that I am older.
Oh, dude, I was up and like going to the gym the next day. Like, I'd practice the next day. And I was like, let's go.
When I was 21, 22, 23 even, I could drink an entire pitcher of beer, eat a large pizza, and I would go the next day to the pool party at my apartment in college was like quote unquote sponsored by Red Bull.
Oh yeah, you lived down here.
I went to Florida State.
Oh fuck yeah, you did.
So we had some banging pool parties. So one of my best friends in college, we would wake up, he was a guy. He would normally, so this was our nights. We would go out downtown Friday. I would get so inebriated that he would usually have to carry me.
I love inebriation.
Yeah, he would have to carry me back home. Girls, have a good guy friend that will babysit you, that will take care of you. So he would carry me home.
Or hold your purses. Shout out to Justin.
Shout out to Justin for holding the purses and for babysitting us on all girls nights now. But so we would go out downtown. He would get me home, get me food. He would like crash on the floor of my apartment. We would wake up the next day. I would have abs still, and it makes me sick thinking about it. I would still have abs after all of the beer, after all of the pizza. That's my favorite part about a hangover. And then we would go to the pool party. We would get up at like 8 o'clock in the morning and go nurse our hangover down by the pool.
Fuck yeah, get some vitamin D.
A little bit of sunshine.
Some more vodka, you know?
We'd hair the dog
Some champagne popping.
It was some toxic days.
Yes. Oh my God, I
love
college.
Now that I'm in my 30s,
take over
I
the
can't
world
do
in
it.
college. Oh man, dude. No, I'm about to turn 25, and even I'm starting not to be able to do it. Now, my hangover, I don't know if this is the same for you, but my hangovers have been kicking in at like 4 p.m. the next day. Like, it's not even like immediate, but I stay up.
The worst one is when you wake up and you're like, no, I feel pretty good. And then within an hour, you're like, oh no, I feel real bad. So, safe drinking. I have learned those little the liquid IV packets.
Yeah.
I will drink a big bottle of water, which Smart Water, sponsor me. I will drink like a big bottle of water with 1 or 2 of those in it, and I wake up the next day and I'm usually okay.
Really?
That's my self-care.
So this is my self-care when I go out. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
So get home at 5 p.m. or 5 a.m. a.m.
Goodness gracious.
Get home at 5 a.m. Take my makeup off half-assed with a wipe.
Oh, I'm doing the full skincare
and lay the
routine.
fuck down and go to sleep.
I'm too old.
And then I wake up hating my life. And then I do it all over again. Well, we end up going to get food, and then I get, you know, like a little Bloody Mary.
Now that I'm older and more responsible, I do like the full 9-step skincare routine when I'm home. Drink a big bottle of water.
When I'm home, I definitely do that.
Yeah.
Now, in regards to eating before bed or drinking water, I lack in that area of self-care. So
I had one of my best friends growing up who, God, I love her. She used to leave herself surprise glasses of vodka next to her bed.
Why would you do that to yourself?
Because when she wakes up in the morning and she's got that thirst and she goes to start drinking, she's usually 2 or 3 gulps in before she realizes it's straight vodka. But it's hair of the dog.
Oh.
The fact that she did that to herself. Shout out to you, Caitlin. You know who you are. The fact that she did that to herself.
Caitlin, you're a fucking savage, and I wish I knew you in college.
She was hilarious. I loved that about her. Oh, man. I know you have been on some dating apps, and I've recently joined them.
Yes. So for the first time, right?
Not probably the first time, but the first time that I've actually given it any sort of effort. I historically hate online dating.
Yeah.
But obviously for our podcast, if we're going to talk on it, you made me get on the apps.
You got to know what my side of the road is like. You got to know what a little dip your toes in my world.
Dip my toes in the cesspool of online dating.
The cesspool that is called online dating.
So you had a situation happen to you this week, and I had a similar situation, but on the exact opposite spectrum, which is men taking rejection.
Rejection, y'all.
Can you basically give us a little play-by-play of what happened in your message? Sure.
So this guy had messaged me. He goes, "You're pretty." And of course I know this already. Like, duh. I know this. So I don't respond because you need to pique my interest a little more than "you're pretty." It's the same as saying like, "Hey, hi."
Hey girl, hey.
Hey girl, hey. Hey girl, hey. Like, I got girlfriends that I talk to like that every single day. I don't need you.
The minute the gas station give me better compliments than that.
Honestly, like, at least I get some free shit. So I didn't respond. And then he goes, "You're also pretty shy too." And I go, "No, I'm just not interested." And he goes,
which is okay.
Which is fine. And
should be.
Oh, it is. It's 100% fine. And I have in my dating profile that I'm a real estate agent, and which I am. And so he had posted, "Well, if I was looking to sell my house, you'd be interested, wouldn't you?"
Yes, because I'm a professional.
Yes, because I'm a professional, and I take my job very seriously. But, I mean, I didn't say that. All I said was, that was a weird way to go about that if that was your goal, right? And he goes, "But I'm right, aren't I?" And I go, "I'm good." You know, this conversation, like, I'm already, like, I've invested already too much time in this conversation. I'm over it. And you're not attractive anyway.
And he, of course, called you a bitch.
And so he goes, "It doesn't pay to be a rude bitch. You know, your reputation goes a long way in this industry." And is that a threat? Because it's really much seems like a threat. But
honestly though, what is that guy gonna tell people? Like when he goes to tell his friends
that I rejected.
So I tried to pick up this girl through her professional Facebook account.
Yeah,
she
this
rejected
was on Facebook.
me.
This wasn't on
Don't
Hinge
do business with her.
Tinder.
She's a bitch.
Like,
nope.
Some people may like working
You're
with
gonna
a
be
bitch,
the bad
bro.
guy in that situation, like, 9 out of 10 times. So I had the opposite of that.
Yes, you did. You had a very nice experience.
I had a male that I was talking to, that I matched with.
Thank you for specifying.
Thank you.
The gender.
Well, sometimes it's girls. We don't judge here. So,
I know.
I had a man that was talking to me, and he sent me a message, something along the lines of, "Well, you're honest, aren't you?" And I was like,
the most honest person I've ever met in my life.
Thank you.
Brutally.
Also, that's a weird question because first off, if I'm dishonest, I'm going to lie about it. Second off, I am brutally honest, and people.
I thought I was honest. You are painfully, stabbingly twisting it.
Don't ask a question if you do not want the honest answer. And I'll play coy sometimes. I will occasionally do what I can to try to shelter people's feelings. But if you ask me a blunt question, I'm going to give you a blunt answer. So he asked me something along the lines of, if you would tell me if you weren't interested in talking to me, right? And I was like, so I'm going to be honest. Your personality is kind of that of a wet noodle.
That's my favorite thing that you say. Wet noodle.
But
no structure.
I understand that this is online and maybe people's real personalities don't come across very well. Because some people, I historically have not done the online dating thing. So it can be really hard to convey sense of humor, sarcasm, and personality.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt and say that hopefully in person you're more interesting, but in regards to my interest level, I'm managing my expectations in a fair way, and so far you don't seem very interesting. His response was, damn. LOL.
Damn.
I love the brutal honesty.
Sexy, right?
And that to me, and it's almost like a, fine, then I'll have to change your mind in person. Like,
God, I love that.
Challenge accepted.
I love it.
And that is sexy. So
and that's a way to turn that conversation around, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, men, if you have a woman reject you, the way you respond, like if I have a guy respond to my rejection, even in person, really anything, when he responds to that with class and grace, 90% of the time, if the dude is even remotely attractive to me,
it's a turn on.
I'll be like, oh, did I make a mistake? So when you handle that well, you have the opportunity to have a second chance. If you handle it poorly and you call her a bitch, you've just shot yourself in the foot.
Shot yourself in the fucking foot. And that can kind of like bleed into our next topic. But I think that because women are all mental, right?
Yes.
Like it's all mentally stimulating. So
I love a good verbal spar.
Dude, I love a chase. I'm almost addicted to it. Like it's actually really bad.
So when I've got the guy that can give as well as he can take, and he takes that criticism and that jabbing, that like middle school, elementary school form of flirtation where you kind of insult each other just a little bit.
Like he just likes you. He's picking on you because he likes you.
I love that.
And I like picking on men because I like them.
Guys, don't take yourself too seriously.
Yes.
So one of the big things that Emma and I are going to talk about, and you will hear us hammer on time and time and again.
Oh, we'll say it before we end this podcast for sure. We're going to reiterate it to you guys because it's that important.
It's so important.
So important. Men, listen the fuck up because we're giving you like free game right now.
The number one tip that I can give the men in my life, and I do, all of the men in my life, is that foreplay begins before the bedroom. That's why it's called
before you start taking off the pants.
Foreplay.
Before you even touch my lips. Foreplay starts.
Wait, upper lips or lower lips? Both.
Ooh, I like where this is going.
Before you touch Emma's lips.
Yeah, and you can take that however way you want.
However you want. And guys,
both
guys and girls, confidence is key. So when you have like a self-assured man or woman who know their value and know their worth and they know what they bring to the table and they're very confident in themselves, they're going to carry themselves in a certain way.
Yes.
That is sexy to us. Having a man, and Emma and I are big.
But you have to court women before you get back to the place after dinner, after a couple drinks. Like it starts from literally the moment you see each other on this date. Like you're opening the car door for her.
Yeah, before.
You guys park in the city. You're walking down the street. You make sure you're on the side of the road. You know what I mean? When you like that sidewalk rule.
Chivalry. For men that don't understand what that is or what it entails,
Google it.
YouTube it. There are classes.
Urban Dictionary it, and it would still give you such a good answer.
Open the door. And women, have the man open the door for you.
Please let them do that.
Have him open the car door.
It's just give him the benefit of the doubt, sit in your feminine, and just let him take the reins on the whole date. Because he's going to plan it all, right? Because you're not going to.
Well, ideally.
Yeah, you're
if
not going to.
Dating either of us, he's planning it.
Yeah, the date is not going to be your idea, so let him take the reins.
So we're big fans of men stepping into their masculine role and kind of taking charge.
Make me feel helpless.
Yeah.
Like I want to feel like, help me. I can't walk on the right side of the room.
Oh, Emma,
I can't open my door. Help.
We're both very much so like, you're my hero.
You're my hero, the praise king.
Yes.
Oh, gotta reiterate that praise king, y'all. Like, men have been praised from the moment they came out of the fucking womb.
Can we talk about where this starts? So, ladies, men, put yourself back to like the 1st or 2nd grade when you have that teacher and they have the classroom helper.
Who wants to pass out these papers?
How much the men...
Raise
the boys
so quickly, right?
They want to get to be the happy helper. Like they want to get to be useful.
Yeah.
Men never grow out of that, women. So if you like,
if you also notice, like it takes so much for a little boy to do something for his dad versus doing something for his mom.
Oh, my nephews, my brother has raised my nephews. They fight over gets to who opens the door for me.
Yeah.
Because
it should be
that's how their daddy has raised them. They're wonderful, respectful little boys. So men never really grow out of that want and need for that praise and like the words of affirmation and the attaboys. They want to feel useful.
Yes.
They want to be needed. So yes, I am more than capable of opening jars. I can open anything. I can move a couch by myself.
Yeah, we can pretend to be all of that masculine, like I don't need a man kind of woman.
But I appreciate having a man in my life who is willing to do that for me. And
did you tell me one time that you literally wouldn't even try to open a jar? You would just give it to the man just to make them feel needed. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. So
I have gotten on dates and I've heard females and I've heard male friends when I mention the fact that I kind of more or less, I was raised by a very strong man who taught me the power in allowing doors to literally be opened for you. So when I was growing up, my dad and my grandpa, my brother still does this. They open doors for me, open the car door. Like when I was growing up, I never opened doors for myself. Now as an adult, as a woman, if I go out on a first date, I'm letting the man open the car door, and I
was sitting my happy ass in that car until that door was open.
You already know. My very first ever date, I was like 16. The boy showed up at my house, and my dad, being my dad, was like spying through the door, and the boy didn't open the car door for me. And I was like 15, 16. I didn't know, so I opened the door for myself, got in, didn't really think anything of it. When I got home, the very first thing my dad said was, "That boy didn't open the door for you." And I was like, well, Dad, what am I supposed to do?
You don't want to disappoint the dads, man.
What am I supposed to do? Do I sit there outside of the door and wait for him to open it? And Dad was like, yes. You stand outside of the car until that boy comes out. If he has to get out of the car, he gets out, he comes around, he opens the door for you. Now, as an adult, I've had situations where men have made comments along the lines of, well, let me see your hand. Well,
Lordy.
Your hand looks more than capable of opening that door.
And what's your response?
I love it. So I say,
I love your response.
I'm going to remember that exact statement, those exact words, that exact verbiage. Later, when there is something that you want me to do for you, I will very quickly remind you
my hands.
That your hands look more than capable of doing that for you.
That's my favorite fucking answer I've ever heard on anything that you've ever
Give it as good as you get it.
Mm.
And usually when I put it in words like that, I get doors open for me.
Have you had good responses when saying that?
Every single time. 100%
what do they say? I bet
success
there's
rate.
Blank stare, just like on the
face. It's very quick to open that door.
Yeah.
Once I say
they have the fuck out of that car. They're running around the
other
side. They're like, okay,
running. They're running to open those doors. They're like, by all means, let me get that for you, madam. So I know Emma and I, one of our big things that we love are little sexy self-care tips.
Yes.
And I know we were really excited to talk about this topic first.
This is something that you told me earlier today, that you love to wear lingerie underneath normal clothes to feel a little more confident, which I had never thought of doing before. I had never done that. I've kind of only thought like, oh, lingerie is for the dude.
No.
You put it on, it gets them rowdy. Like, men don't give a fuck about. Honestly, men don't care.
They do care.
They do care. They do care for literally like 10 seconds, and then it's already ripped off of you and all the things. You know what I mean? Like, it's for us, right?
Lingerie for me is definitely a self-care purchase. And for our ballin' on a budget ladies out there, you don't have to spend your entire paycheck on lingerie.
Yes. Oh,
Amazon
no, absolutely not.
has some cute affordable stuff. Shein has some cute affordable stuff. There's another one that's like...
Dude, Fashion Nova. I got a few off of Fashion Nova that were actually really high quality and good and whatever.
For our girls that are balling on a budget, there are ways that you can make those purchases. Now, you and I, we've talked about it. We're very different in our
styles.
Like
what we like. Yeah.
So, Emma, what do you like?
So... naturally, I like to feel like a little baby, like in bed. I like to feel a little like...
You like the baby doll mom.
I kind of like being submissive, I think. I think I'm like more in this, like baby doll, but like more submissive kind of feel.
So you like the princess, you like the flowy, you like the girly.
You know, I say that now and then I think about the other way around and the dominant kind of feel of it. And I'm like, okay, well, it depends on the guy, I guess. But one of my go-tos that I've actually used in the past was a baby doll moment where it was like a normal like bra, like tied around the boob but see-through, like a little lace moment.
Sexy.
And then it just kind of flows.
Okay.
And I like that it flows because a man can put his hands just right up that and like really like skin to skin contact. That's huge for me. Like I can just feel the connection through like skin and skin. But I know that you like a little bodysuit moment.
So I like a little bodysuit moment. I like the strappies. I really love pieces that can integrate with like some thigh high stockings. So I like the little garter belt moment.
Those are just hard for me because I feel like they rip really easily.
Well, you've got partners that are way more rambunctious.
That's why you go in Shein. And then you get, what do you mean a little more rambunctious?
Way more rambunctious if they're ripping stuff
Maybe
off of you.
Maybe it's my fault.
So one of the other things I'll say is I routinely will add lingerie into my my like daily.
Like so day to day.
Day to day. So if I've got meetings, if I've got
anything stressful, like anything that you need a little boost of confidence.
If I've got to speak in front of a large group, if I've got something that I'm a little nervous about, I love to have a spicy little lingerie moment because I feel like that ups my confidence level.
Absolutely, yeah.
No one's gonna know about it. No one's gonna see. It's literally only something that I know about. And
if you think about it, we use that in the bedroom to kind of gain a little more confidence too.
I don't just use it in the bedroom. I like one of my favorite like second to third, fourth date moments, you know, as you start to get to the point where you're wanting to allude to sexual things. I love on the date to have either a little moment on the top half where like maybe I've got a loose top where maybe a sleeve falls down so the guy can see like some strappy moments around the collarbone.
Little floral action.
Or if I do have something that has the thigh highs, I like to have a little skirt where I can accidentally flash that little band of the stocking.
Foreplay before the bedroom, you guys.
Well, and it's such a powerful thing because
and it's not always sexual either.
No. Most of the time, for me, like I turn, maybe this is very conceited, I turn myself on a lot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So it's all mental.
Yeah, like, that's something that before the date, I may do a little bit of a spicy moment to get myself in the mood.
Yeah.
Especially as I'm starting to get into those mindsets of where, you know, you're thinking about sleeping with someone for the first time. And that's something that I normally will wait quite a while. I won't say that I've got like I do 5 or 6 dates.
Yeah, I don't really have like a set timeline. It's kind of I usually like to wait at least a month. Usually like a month.
I like to wait until I know that emotional connection is there. Because I'm not a hookup fan. I don't shade anyone that does.
I've never. No shade at all.
I've got a lot of girlfriends who take such power in that, and absolutely like whatever floats your boat. We don't kink shame here. Yeah. We don't yuck anyone else's yum.
Absolutely not. No. But my only thought is like my body's like my temple, so I hate when I feel all like violated like all the time. Like especially and maybe it's just like I don't know. Like
maybe this is TMI, but I'm not throwing off my pH balance for someone that isn't worth it.
Facts. Like and it's not like you need to be exclusive before you sleep together.
Oh, but I require exclusivity.
In the first time?
I'm not sleeping with someone if they're sleeping with other people. And that is something we can agree to disagree on.
No, honestly, no. And the silence was only because I was thinking about it and I was like, wow, that's actually really powerful. I'm going to take notes. Because
I make it be the guys idea.
Yeah, I mean, because, and maybe it's just the way that it sounded, because I actually like really like that rule.
Yeah. So if we do not have exclusivity outside of the bedroom, you do not get any sort of action within the bedroom for me. I don't want to be playing with someone that's playing with other people.
Yeah, no, honestly, that's facts. Like, I
want someone's 100% energy, time, commitment, stamina.
I want you to be obsessed with me.
Yeah.
Honestly.
A little bit.
Like that's,
Not to the point where you stalk me.
Dude, I don't know. I like that too.
Nope.
I like that toxic shit.
Oh, God.
I do. I like the chase.
You have not been actually stalked, so we're going to move along.
Honestly,
agree to disagree.
It would like depend who it was. Like if it was like a guy that I was like
it's
super
never the guys
into,
that you want to stalk.
It's never
you
the ones.
Damn.
Yeah.
So let's move on to a little dating 101.
Okay.
Because
some to dos, not to dos.
We're going to make this as easy as possible on you guys and gals, and we're going to try to do like a little yes and no moment.
Yes.
To do, to not to do.
Yes. So, we're going to have a dating tip every week for y'all. Yeah. We're going to have a toxic tip, quote unquote, toxic tip for y'all every week. Like, it's not going to be that toxic, but you know, sexy self-care every week for damn sure.
So that's our sexy self-care, girls. Buy yourself lingerie.
Yeah, buy yourself lingerie. Fucking, dude, I've been doing this lately, like to get back, because I've found myself in my masculine after like my last relationship. And to get myself back in my feminine, I will just wear, and I live alone. So, I mean, if you don't live alone, don't do this. But I'll walk around naked. I'll sleep naked.
If you live alone, wear lingerie. If you don't live alone, like, tell your roommate I'm walking around naked.
Yeah, I mean, try not to do that to your roommate. But, like, I'll put on lingerie and I'll sleep in it. I'll walk around in it. Like, because then you wake up and you go to the mirror and you're like, immediately you're like confidence boost. You're like,
I almost always sleep in something sexy.
Yeah, you're like, fucking damn, like I'm hot. And so I've been kind of doing that lately, and it's actually put me, it's actually been really nice. But basically we're going to be doing today, it's going to be some do's and don'ts on your dating profile, because that's kind of been the topic lately.
Love it.
So since Lindsay's brand new to the scene, so she sees some crazy shit already that I'm so sorry that I put you through.
I ended up on the wrong side of the dating app.
So sorry to encourage you to do this.
Let's do a little yes moment. So Emma, do you want to?
So something that's really important is to have pictures on your profile that encompass your personality.
And your pets.
And your pets. Oh, we love pets.
I love pets.
Pets. All the dogs, please. All the cats. Everything. But something that kind of encompasses your day-to-day, something that you really love, your hobbies. Really, like sometimes even guys post like pictures. Like I saw this profile the other day that was honestly perfect. I wish I would have screenshotted it. But it was a guy, he played guitar. He posted him with his guitar. He surfed. Just loves music, and he emphasized that in one of his prompts. And said what he was looking for. Like on Hinge, you can say what you're looking for, and he was like looking for long term, open to short term. Like that's great. You know what you want, even if it's open to short term. Like it's good that you know what you want.
You got a little short term thing going on. So do not show your ass.
Don't show your fucking ass. Dude, don't show your ass personality, and don't show your actual physical ass. Like Lindsay, poor Lindsay over here has been seeing butts.
I have seen so many naked butts.
Don't put Lindsay through that anymore.
Way more naked butts than I ever want to see. So I've been matching with the naked butt guys.
Dude, Lindsay likes the butts.
No. I mean, I like a nice butt. But
I don't like butts.
But the reason I've been matching with these guys is I want to ask, like, how has showing your ass, quite literally, how has that, do you think it's
has it benefited
you?
Yeah, has it benefited your matches?
The number of guys that are like, oh, I'm doing it because I lost a bet. That's lame.
What, they say that?
Yeah, I've gotten that from almost everyone. One of them was honest, and he was like, I've got a nice
Dude,
ass.
I don't know, that one picture that you had of that guy with like...
I've been taking screenshots.
Can I say it? Can I say what the picture was?
Yeah.
Okay, so the guy that was like hugging the tree?
He was painting a tree, actually.
Painting? Oh my God. You're telling me that was a fucking dare?
No, he
lost
did
the
not.
bet?
No, he was one of the ones that embraced it. He's got a nice ass.
I was like, no, you definitely went out there and you took your camera and you're like, I'm going to pull my pants down. I'm going to paint this tree.
He was butt naked.
Then I'm going to fuck it. That's probably what he
So, guys, don't show your literal butt. Don't show pictures of you with your friends. Don't show pictures of you with other girls.
You can show pictures with your friends, but it can't be your first picture.
Well,
honestly,
and the guys with pictures of girls, I'm like, is that your girlfriend? Is this one of those things?
Don't post pictures with girls and then blur out their face.
Oh, I get
that is the most annoying shit.
Yeah, that's sketchy.
That I ever see. Because I'm literally like, are you really, like, just post it. Like,
is that your ex?
No.
That's what I'm like, is that the ex and that's why her face is blurred out?
No, like, I see, like, just normal ass dudes that I'd be scrolling through this and they'll just, like, or they'll post, like, the first picture as, like, a group and then an arrow pointing to which one he is.
Oh, that's actually helpful because
it is helpful.
When
I
see those group pictures as the first one, I look at the least attractive friend and I'm like, that's the one, isn't it? That's the guy.
I'm like, dude, just make the first picture not that then. Yeah. Like, just make it like actually
your first
just
picture
you.
Should literally just be a selfie.
And then it can be the group one, like you're on a hockey team or something.
Later.
Like, cool. Like, but I mean,
I don't want to date a hockey player. Does he have all of his teeth?
Don't date hockey players.
Okay, moving on.
Tip number 3.
Send a good first message, a good one-liner, a good joke, a dad joke.
Be funny. Honestly, just be funny.
Ask her a question. Have your first message be something she can respond to.
And that's what's great also. That's what's great about Hinge because Hinge has a bunch of prompts.
Yeah.
So you can put stuff like, one of the prompts that I use is, what are your biggest fears? Because I think that sparks a lot of like more intimate conversation.
Mine is having a spider crawl in my mouth or my ear while I'm sleeping.
You know they do that?
It's a legitimate fear I have.
They do that and you can't do anything about it.
So do have a good first message. I like, how do you take your coffee?
Oh.
What's your Starbucks order? For guys,
oh
2 girls. Because
some guys don't like Starbucks.
Well, I feel like if she doesn't like Starbucks, obviously, that's still a good conversation topic. Where do you like your coffee?
Nitpicking.
Because then that can set you up for your first date, right? Yeah. Oh, how do you like your coffee?
But I also like the more intimate conversation where it's like, because mine is like, what are your biggest fears? And I have this one guy, because it kind of gives you a little bit of insight on what you are, like what you have in common.
That's why I like the coffee question.
Yeah, because it kind of puts them in that mindset like, oh shit, I gotta think about what I'm scared of.
Also, if she's got like a 15-line item Starbucks order, she's gonna be high maintenance. And if you don't like high maintenance girls, then...
So if you're going that route too.
Just saying.
I'm going to the adrenaline seeking route because that's what I do. Because
like,
I
tell me
love
about
chaos.
Your childhood traumas.
Dude, I love chaos so much. But it's crazy what you'll find out is because a lot of guys will take it seriously and just say, oh my god. One of the most common responses I
Dying
get
alone.
No, one of the most common responses I get from that question, what is your biggest fear, is not matching with you.
Ew.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
So that's going to move us to our do not, which is creepy come-ons.
Yeah, then you get those conversations where it's like,
disingenuous compliments.
I'm scared of not marrying the right person. Which is like, yeah, it's so good. And then I'm like, dude, same. And then you get into more deep conversation. And that's what I really like about that question because it weans out the fucking,
let's say a guy gets rejected.
Okay.
Take that rejection with class.
Take it to the chin.
And with chivalry. Because if you take it well, there's always a chance that the girl will be like, ooh, I made a mistake.
Yeah.
But do not call her a bitch.
Don't call her
Tell
bitch.
her she's fat. Tell her she's ugly.
You're ugly anyway. Like,
yeah, if you were hitting me, obviously I looked pretty good. Do guys, after you've matched with a girl and you've chatted a little bit, you've had a little back and forth, do set a date and make a plan. So maybe ask her what her schedule is. 72 hours in advance, 3 to 4 days. Hey, do you have a day or a time this weekend that works well to grab coffee? Do you have a day or time this weekend that works well to grab drinks?
Even the weekdays are like even better because that means that you're willing to set aside time during your weekday, like your work day, to spend time with this girl.
And
so like weekdays for the first date is a really good first impression.
I love coffee for a first date. I know you prefer.
I prefer dinner and drinks because I'm a night owl. So I don't like to be up early. My brain does not start its day until the middle of the day. Well,
and I'm an old lady, so.
And that's my fault because my schedule is just, with all the jobs that I have, my schedule is just so wonky.
I need to go to bed early.
Yeah, I don't. I don't. I actually, it's a problem.
So set a date, have a plan, ask her for coffee. If you've asked what her coffee order is, now when you show up at the coffee shop, you can get there a few minutes early. You can order coffee.
I was gonna say we should purposely show up fashionably late.
Oh.
Women.
I will be late for my own.
Tips,
I'll be late for my own funeral. I hate myself.
Yeah, no, these are tips for the girls too. Like, honestly, purposely be late so you can kind of see what his reaction is. See if he is like,
no
hey,
more.
let me get, what do you want to drink? I'll make the order
no
before you get here.
No more than 5 to 10 minutes.
Oh,
late.
yeah, you don't need to be a fucking half hour late. I'm just saying, like, he needs to get there first.
I have left when guys have shown up more than like 5 minutes late. I just bounce.
Like, I'm not on your time.
Yeah.
No, absolutely not. I'm not on your time.
So, do set a date. Do not say, hey, baby, do you want to come to my house and watch a movie?
Ew.
What do you want to do?
Absolutely not.
You set a date.
Is your mama going to make us popcorn?
Don't make the girl come up with her own date ideas. Be a man. Yeah. Plan the stuff.
Honestly, be aggressive. Like, I love that. I love when men are assertive. Assertive. Yeah. No, that's not what I was getting to that. But, like,
so be assertive. Emma loves dinner drinks. She loves assertive men.
Yeah. Like, you tell me what we're doing. You tell me what day we're doing it. And you tell me what time we're doing it. And if I'm free, I'm there.
And the big thing that Emma and I differ on is the bring a friend. Emma says do not bring a friend. I love a good opportunity for like a group date where if you've got something fun, something active that you're doing as a group, you maybe invite me along.
Now, it depends on the date. I will say it depends on the date because if I had been talking to this guy around New Year's, and I was going to go to his place, and he lives in a different city. It was like an hour and a half away, and we were going to go out in that city. It was going to be really fun, whatever. It was just going to be us two. And I was literally on my way, driving an hour and a half to this guy's place. And he messages me. He goes, hey, my friend from Nashville is coming down. Is it okay that he, like, chills with us and whatever? And normally, I would have rather had an option. Like, I would have rather him tell me earlier.
So it would have been better if, like, 12 hours before, he would have been like, hey, sweetie, I've got a friend that's coming down.
3 hours before. Like, me at home. Like, I wish I would have been at home when he asked me that, because then I can make a choice. Like, I could have a choice whether I wanted to travel an hour and a half and hang out with him and his buddy.
With a lot of grace, handled the situation and been like, you know what? You hang out with your friend. You have fun.
I'm going to stay home and I'm going to hang out with my friends. So, the fact that he didn't really give me an option was kind of annoying, but, I mean, I'm just not a bro. Like, I'm not, the first couple dates, I'm not one of your bros. Like, absolutely. I love guy friends. I love getting close to your friends. I love group settings. I love just going out, being crazy in a group setting, having so much fun with friends. Like, that's my thing. But the first couple dates when I'm starting to get to know you, it rubs me the wrong way. Absolutely. when you need to invite one of your guy friends to
I don't see it necessarily as needing to invite a guy friend. I think if you've got a group thing, if we're all going out and we get like a section or something and you just want to have a good night and like at the club, like that's my fucking thing, dude. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm all for it. But New Year's it was just weird because it was like just me, him, and his friend, and I was like, dude, I want like the New Year's vibe. You know what I mean? Like,
I want to be able to kiss you without your friend.
Yeah, I don't want your friend to be like third wheeling awkwardly.
Or you don't want to be third wheeling on their date, because I've had enough situations where I've third wheeled on guys with their bros, and I'm like, this is not cute for me.
Yeah, no.
Like, I just end up at the end of the date.
You know bros with their bros, like they're all just like bro-y, you know what I mean? Like, it's just so like they're so close, and I'm like, dude.
I end up at the end of the date
I end up third wheeling sometimes.
I end up at the end of the date going, I want to have a relationship like these guys have.
Yeah, I know. You know, my date got really worse that night too. We got kicked out of a bar that night.
Oh God.
And it wasn't because of me. Cute. It wasn't cute, but like.
I will say I have had one of the worst first dates.
Don't fight too in bars, please.
Ew.
Men,
no, one of the worst first dates.
You get kicked out and then the girl gets embarrassed. Okay, go ahead.
One of the worst first dates I've ever been on was with a guy who invited me out to the bar to have some drinks with his friends. So at first I got sprayed with a beer, and I looked cute, had my bag. I got sprayed with beer. I'm a classy woman. I handled it with class. I was like, it's not a problem. Accidents happen. Stuff happens.
Yeah, especially out the
I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'm going to wipe myself down. It's going to be fine. So I went to the bathroom, wiped the beer off of myself, got it out of my shoe, wiped it off of my purse, came back with a smile on my face, handling it like a champ.
Took it to the chin.
An entire tray of drinks spilled on me after that, with one of the drunk guys carrying an entire tray. And he walks up, and I had just said, oh, that's really impressive, when, whoop.
All of it?
All of it. Right down the front of me.
Dude, now, I would have been like.
To be fair, it got on my legs. It got in my purse, got in my shoes.
In your purse?
It got on my purse, not in my purse. On the front.
Dude, I would have stood there with a blank face and just turned around and like walked away. I could not interact with that.
I stood there for a minute like.
I could not interact with that.
And the guy just looked at me and he could tell he was like you want to go, don't you? I was like, more than anything in the world at this moment.
Before I hit something, please.
He was like, okay, I understand. So he walked me to his car and he was like, did this totally blow things? I was like,
did it?
Pretty much.
Was it him that spilled on you both times?
Nope. Nope. It was his annoying frat bro friend.
That's what I like to avoid.
Friends. But
you don't know what kind of friends they got either. You can figure that out by meeting them for the first time. You are
who you associate yourself with. And if your friends are a bunch of annoying dudes, like maybe don't bring them around in your first handful of dates. Because I've had many a guys that the way... I plead the fifth. I've had a variety of guys that I've been with that the way they act around their friends gives me the worst case of the ick that I've ever experienced in my entire life. Yeah. And once you get the ick with the guy,
there's no going back.
It's damn near impossible to recover.
There's no going back. Like, honestly.
So for guys out there, be careful, be courteous. Treat her like a princess. Mm-hmm. So the last little thing that we wanted to do tonight was talk toxic topics. Yeah. And this week specifically, girl fights.
Girl conflict.
There's about to be a girl fight.
Oh, jump
A little bit of normalizing healthy conversation. Please. So I mentioned to Emma. So I am recently new to Tinder, Hinge, and I have seen a plethora of men on these apps. A plethora, fancy word. Yes.
Plethora.
I've seen so many guys on these apps with girlfriends or fiancés or wives. Men out there.
How do we handle that?
So I've just been straight taking screenshots and sending it to girlfriends, fiancés, wives. So there's one guy who's got a pregnant fiancé. I have not sent that to her because I'm not trying to do that. But right. I've been sending it with a sweet little, hey sweetie, I saw this while I was scrolling through Tinder. Sweetie. Just wanted to let you know that your boyfriend, husband, fiance, that so-and-so might have someone that has created a fake account. And I take a few different screenshots because coming from someone who has had a fake account created for them, that was really awful.
Yeah, because that actually did happen.
That does happen. Yeah. People do it to catfish. I will say I've not heard of many situations where guys will have fake dating accounts created for them, but I'm not going to completely remove that possibility. So rather than be like, hey girl,
she's cheating on you?
Yeah, he's being shady. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt and then allowing the girl to see. But I have gotten so many fuck you bitches from that. Of girls just being super aggro. And let's be fair here. I had one of two options. I could either blackmail these men or I could just straight tell the girlfriends. Right. I chose to tell the girlfriends. Right. I'm choosing the lesser of two evils here.
Right, because that's good karma, you know.
Well, and Emma and I both this week had a female reach out to us saying, hey, I had to create a fake Instagram account because I found out that my boyfriend has a fake Snapchat that I think he has you on.
Right. Yeah, and then she was asking us basically to check, like, hey, this is his username. Did he add you on Snapchat? Has he messaged you? Whatever. And of course,
probably because this man follows either our podcast or us personally on Instagram.
Individually, yeah.
So we were able to hopefully set this girl's suspicions aside because neither of us had his fake account on our Snapchat. Right. But
we're a girl's girl. We're gonna do that for you.
Can we just normalize though having healthy conversations with girls?
It's never the girl's fault if your man tries to act like a dog behind your back.
No, and
that's literally, it's not the girl's problem because, 9 times out of 10, she doesn't know a thing about you.
No.
Especially if y'all are new and, you just don't post about each other.
Or these guys will lie.
Blatantly lie. Yeah, we broke up or we're not talking anymore or all this stuff.
I had a guy, we went on enough dates that I went to his house and he had, a girl bikini and girl perfume in his bathroom.
Oh my god.
And I was like,
actually I can relate to that.
I was like, you have a girl perfume.
Is your mom staying over?
Your sister?
Your sister?
And he was like,
your cousin?
Oh, it's my ex. And this brand of perfume, I happen to know that bottle is a couple $100 for like the full-size bottle. That's not something a girl is leaving behind typically.
Fuck no, dude.
So,
you know what's really funny, actually?
And in that situation, obviously the guy was lying and was still with his girlfriend.
You're so fucking, y'all are so stupid with your, y'all aren't very smart when you like to dog women. You don't hide stuff.
Well, and most men don't understand that most women are like FBI agents. Like, we are able to tell that stuff so quickly. And for anyone out there, if you can hear little puppy steps, that's Stella.
Looking for that stuff. Like, when we go into your bathroom, we're subconsciously like looking in the trash can. Like,
do you actually snoop?
I don't snoop. No, I don't go out of my way to snoop. But if it's in eye vision of me, I'm gonna look around the room and just be like, what can I catch with my eye while I'm, going to the bathroom?
I'm a super snoop.
Do you like go through like drawers and stuff?
I'm not gonna go through drawers and stuff, but I'm gonna look around while I'm there.
So like, let's say I'm walking to his bathroom, whatever. So I like go to the bathroom like after whatever, and I like look around. I'm literally only looking whatever's in my vision because I don't want to hurt my own feelings. So I'm sitting there, I'm like looking around, and this is literally like on the counter of his sink. It was some female shampoo, and I was like, why is it on the counter of your sink? Like,
why do you have a female? Oh, one of my favorites. So I went to a guy's house. We had been talking and dating, going on dates for a while. I get to his house and he has a girl's razor and girl shaving cream in his shower.
Yeah, that's so much worse.
I ask about it. So I at least will be like, not trying to be weird, but like if it's just out there for the world to see, like I'm usually going to ask about it and give him an opportunity. Because I did date a guy whose like sister came to stay with him regularly. So he's like, oh, that's my sister's stuff. Like she stays here.
Also depends on the layout of the house. Like if that stuff should be in your bathroom versus if it shouldn't be in your bathroom.
But for this guy, it was his master bathroom. I went in to use it. He has a girl's razor in his shower. And I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. So I came out and I asked about it. And he was
very
like,
cute that he has a master bathroom. Okay, go ahead.
He was like, okay, so I can explain. And this is gonna sound really weird, but he had an entire leg sleeve. So like his whole leg was tattooed.
Yeah.
He shaved his leg.
Yeah.
Because of the tattoo. And he was like, the girl's razor.
Do they use women's razors for that?
So he said that he had tried a variety of razors and that was just the one he found that worked the best for him. So he was like, I have an entire like container, because it was like the use a few times disposable ones.
Yeah.
So he was like, I have a whole container of these, but it's like the 5-blade ones. So he uses like the girl's shaving cream because it's more moisturizing. And he was like, then I don't get ingrown hairs or razor bone or irritation. So that was kind of a harmless, innocent, borderline adorable one that I was like, oh, okay.
Adorable.
So you shave your leg.
Yeah, love the leg sleeve actually. Cute.
Not bad. So, but for girls out there, can we just normalize if you have a girl reach out to you with something, like don't shoot the messenger.
Please, no. Like honestly, we're just looking out for you. And I mean, half the time we barely want to do it because we know that we're like gonna get some backlash.
But if you're gonna do it, be yourself about it. Because I told Emma, so a person I dated a few years ago, I was going through like those hidden messages on my Facebook Messenger, and it was a, hey girl, I think you're really sweet, but I just wanted to let you know that your boyfriend is cheating on you. And like, lo and behold, the boyfriend was cheating on me in kind of an awful way.
But that anonymous delivery,
like, be who you are. And I'm the first one, like, I don't want to get involved in other people's drama. But also, I will say that for all of the girls whose boyfriends Tinder or Hinge I found, I sent that from my personal Instagram account.
Oh yeah, but no, you did nothing wrong. So it's not like,
if I find it, I'm telling your girlfriend. I'm telling your wife.
We're tattletales.
I don't care, because I'd want to know.
We're girls, dude.
I would want to know if it were me, and I had the opportunity to blackmail you, and instead of doing that, I just told your girlfriend, "You're welcome."
Yeah.
Because I could have blackmailed you first.
Be better. Do better.
If you have a girl that agrees to exclusivity with you, and she's a ride or die, why would you mess that up? Why do guys cheat down?
I don't know.
Can we have some men? Like, I want the men to weigh in on this. Is it just because it's
they don't deserve it or something? They feel like they don't deserve it.
Is that an insecurity thing?
It's definitely an insecurity. Oh God, it's all it is. Like insecurity in terms of like, oh, I don't feel like I don't deserve it because I'm a piece of shit or something, or just like, I don't know, men talk down about themselves a lot. And I think it's kind of an internal battle, like where they think like they don't deserve this woman that treats them like a prince, like a king, and they just sabotage it.
I'm just saying, you treat me like
They're
a
used to
princess.
sabotaging.
If you treat me the way I deserve to be treated, I'm going to treat you in kind. If you don't,
dude.
I'm going to find someone who will.
Absolutely.
Moving along.
Moving on. Moving on.
Move along, move along.
What song is that? What song is that?
Is that All American Rejects? And even when your hope is gone,
move along, like I know you do. Oh.
Oh, it's close.
Wait, no, I was on the wrong verse.
Yeah, it's fine.
Wait, let me start over.
And even when your hope is gone, move along,
just to make it. No, you did the
we
other
messed
one.
it up. It's fine.
Right,
Move
guys.
along.
Move along.
So one last thing I wanted to end on, because most of our friends, girls and guys, know we've started this podcast, and one of the things we would love to do is to open it up to questions from you guys.
Yeah. Oh
So,
my gosh, I would love that.
It's gonna be great. One of the biggest questions I've got is from a close girlfriend of mine, and her question is essentially, she has been cheated on.
Okay.
She's got some hurt in her past, like her last serious relationship, the guy cheated, which like that's relatable for absolutely everyone.
Yeah, like that happens a lot.
So she was wondering, at what point in the talking stage do you typically bring up that kind of stuff? Because she said,
like letting them know that you've been through that trauma.
Yeah, so she said she's basically word vomited on a few first dates where she's mentioned it to guys and she felt like it was a major turnoff.
You can't do that so soon.
So I'm kind of a little bit of the opposite in the sense that one of the healthiest relationships I've ever had, within the first week of talking to this guy, I was like, what's your trauma? Like, what's your damage? What makes you feel insecure? Like, what's your trauma? And he was in the military, and he brought up that his ex had cheated on him. So he needed more reassurance, and he had a lot of boundaries that had been established. So I think if it can come up organically, earlier on is a good way to bring it up. But I do also agree that the first date should not be like a slam session for your ex.
No word vomit on the first date.
Maybe that's like second or third date material.
I personally like to keep trauma out of it until we're exclusive. Now that's just me, because I don't want you to know my vulnerable state until you've known like my intimate state.
So
like,
they don't get to see you
like,
at your worst until they've seen you at your best for a while.
My emotional connection with somebody is almost like higher up in the hierarchy than my physical connection with somebody. So like if we do sleep together, that don't mean shit. Like it'll come to a point where it's like, and maybe this is me like the way I handle my own trauma, because obviously this has happened to everybody, right? Like you feel like, I don't know, but again, I'm reading this book that also said just like and it holds power in them not knowing your traumas, so that you can kind of go into this relationship with a fresh start. And also like, if you don't word vomit, they're gonna word vomit. And like, I don't know, maybe just sit back and let them do all the talking and let them end up doing that kind of thing.
Well, and I do think it's important to like match energies. Like if the person brings it up, but probably not the first
depending on that
date.
Relationship. Everything is depending on how that relationship goes and how it progresses. And
I just feel like the first date should be about each of you and like things you have in common.
If you trauma dump on the first date, not good. Not good.
Not cute.
Not good. Because I feel like that's you already creating that codependency with that person. Because you're looking for them for a certain... Because why else would you trauma, like, dump on somebody on the first date? You're kind of... For the women, like...
If he brings it up, you bring it up.
I have been in this state in my life one time where I had traumas and I was, like, just itching to let this guy know about my traumas so he didn't do the same to me. But like also anybody's going to do whatever they want anyway, so you can't let that dictate how you run the relationship going forward. But maybe just let it be his idea. Like if you all decide to get vulnerable one night, let's say you're laying out and fucking on the beach looking at the stars or something, and you want to get vulnerable.
Cute date idea, by the way.
Love it. Dude, my favorite dates ever is late night golf swims and late night laying on the beach. Oh fuck yeah, dude.
I love it.
It's the most vulnerable shit ever. Like you are literally in like a cold like element, and you
kind
of like
guys,
I'm gonna go on this
guys that like Emma, take her skinny dipping on the first date. I'm gonna go on this
tangent because I love it.
Take her swimming on the first date.
So I love going. So it's always the best, like once you get out of that like bar clothes and you're like, hey, let's go swimming in the ocean because it'll sober us up because it's cold as fuck.
Oh.
And also because it's just fun to look at the stars, and I'm a big like space kind of girl. I love all that conspiracy theory shit.
So she points out the like.
I was on the beach one time with a dude, and we saw I swear to God, we saw a UFO. And I'm not gonna go too much into it because whatever. But it's just a fun experience because you're like, oh shit, and it's just a cool bonding moment between the two of you. But also, what was I getting at? Oh yeah, no, you're in a very vulnerable state when you go skinny dipping at night because it's like you can't see shit.
But do you feel like guys automatically lead that in for sex? Like if you're naked and you're wet. And you're wet.
I mean, that hasn't been my experience. It was always kind of my idea. Like,
do you make sure to tell them beforehand, like we're getting naked, but not to do that, or?
So I usually wait for that kind of date when I'm ready to get naked with them.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
So not a first date.
That. I don't. No, not a first date. I saved that date for like I feel comfortable with you. I'm established with you.
You're ready to see me naked.
Yes, you're ready to see me naked. We've passed this like intimate little line here, so like I'm ready to kind of open the door to more intimate things, and that's honestly like a really intimate thing that I like hold dear to me. Like that's honestly like,
Emma, let's go skinny dipping right now. We've known each other long enough. We're near the water.
Acting like it's not almost November. It's not almost November in the year.
Freezing outside. Let's go. So
I didn't say no.
I think that's a great way to wrap up this episode.
Yes.
We're going to go skinny dip.
Yeah, I think. Can I have another shot of that straw?
Absolutely.
Give me another shot. Like, I'll do it.
Next week, stay tuned because we're going to talk about some more fun things. We're going to have like ways to approach girls in public, how to talk to girls, how to get that first date. We're going to have some texting etiquette. We're going to have some sexting etiquette.
Oh, I'm so excited for that.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. So for everyone who has listened to this first episode, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for supporting us. Please subscribe, follow, share, all the shit.
All the things.
We love the support and we appreciate
it. We'll be here for you
every
week.
Yes.
Sharing our lives.
We're always here for you. We're like the big sister.
Yes.
We're your big sister podcast.
And then for anyone that has horrible online dating stories, message us your dating story. We're going to start having guests.
What is it? The Pink Flag
Flag Pod.
Yeah, the Pink Flag Pod on Instagram. Please send us some DMs. We would love to go through those and kind of have another little segment.
And if you have a good enough story, we might feature you on a podcast.
Yes. Oh my God, we would love to have you call in and tell us the word tea, girl.
Yes, because everyone has had awful online dating. Like if you've been online dating, you've had an awful situation. So
we actually talked to a guy for a little bit that had some crazy dating stories.
Oh, he's got to be on the pod.
Yeah, we might have him on. Yeah.
Once you have a girl show up dressed as a clown that tells you she does clown porn, this guy needs to be on our podcast.
Dude.
Spoiler.
Leave a comment, please.
Love
if you want to see
clown guy. Love it. So thank you guys so much for tuning in this week. We will see you next week.
Love you.
Bye.